More pain incoming. We're just getting started. 10K Bitcoin, 1K ETH, Shiba and Doge to $0. That's at least what Mike McGlone said. He's a senior commodity strategist at Bloomberg Intelligence. And I thought this was a pretty interesting take. He talks about how there's just way too much variety in the crypto markets and how there's a lot of things that are overvalued, such as Shiba and Doge, which are pretty much valueless. Pretty bearish take. In my opinion, I think that we do see one more drop before we see a rebound. I think this is still a great time to accumulate assets and bring down your buying average. Let me know your thoughts. Where do you think Bitcoin's going to end up at?
Nope. I wouldn't make it if I didn't believe it. I made the call when we were at 10,000, 2020, and the back of the biggest money pump in history would go to 100,000 by 2025. I'm just making a call. We do a little mean reversion. It's the key thing about being a strategist and not having positions is you get used to people having comments like that. And in 2020, Bitcoin was at 10,000. It was only a few years ago. I think it's going back there. The key thing is you have to think about here is Trump's tilt put in the top. Trump's, I would say, switching his, going from a zealot from the antagonist is put in the peak. And what it did was it created massive excess of supply. There's excess of supply and speculative excesses in this space, akin to things I've never seen before, maybe a little bit like the dot-com bubble. And let's look at the number two crypto, Ethereum. It's right at the time we're speaking, which is in the morning of April 7th. It's about $1,500. The peak was 4,000 when Trump said that. It's probably going back to 1,000, which means it would flip in tether. Our listeners and viewers have to think to themselves, what am I holding? And why? And what's the relative valuation of this? So the whole space, let's look at one example, is Dogecoin. Dogecoin still has $20 billion of market cap. It's basically a joke. It should go to zero. Look at, and that's just one of the 13,000. You look at things like Shiba Inu, it still has almost $7 billion of market cap. So the whole space needs purging, just like dot-com bubble did. It's getting it. And it's just a question of how long it lasts. And when